Good evening and welcome to Such the Reality. I'm Nana Sareen and you're watching the Reality Rundown where we bring you the top headlines of the day. Have a look. Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma unveiled ambitious infrastructure plans during a campaign rally at Lahori Ghat, addressing the public with promises of development and progress. The highlight of his announcement was the assurance of a bridge connecting Morigaon and Doran districts, aimed at enhancing connectivity and facilitating smoother transportation between the two regions. Furthermore, Chief Minister Sharma revealed plans for the commencement of the Dihing-Buragaon Road project within the next 6 months, signaling a significant step forward in infrastructure development in the state. A terrifying fire incident has shaken the area of Fatasil in Ambari, leaving devastation in its wake. The blaze erupted within a tent house, engulfing all its contents in flames. Witnesses report that the entire tent house and its belongings have been reduced to ashes as a result of the fire. Efforts to contain the inferno were undertaken by 4 firefighting vehicles dispatched to the scene. The exact cause of the fire remains unclear, with authorities yet to ascertain the source of the blaze. The Fatasil police station is closely monitoring the situation surrounding this alarming incident. Assam police took swift action today, apprehending a man in Gwalpara's Krishnai after discovering him in possession of a handmade rifle. The firearm was seized from the Assam-Meghalaya border area, highlighting concerns over illicit arms circulation in the region. Identified as Mamu Rabha, the individual had reportedly stored the weapon at his residence for an unspecific duration. Krishnai police executed the arrest, charging Mamu Rabha with possession of an illegal firearm without proper documentation. A powerful explosion rattled the National Highway 2 near Sapormena in Kangpokpi district, striking late at night around 12:25 am today. Preliminary reports indicate no casualties, yet significant damage occurred, leaving 3 large craters along the highway. Commuters are facing challenges navigating the affected area, prompting authorities to restrict heavy vehicle movement under further notice. Amidst the aftermath, the local tribal body has swiftly responded, condemning the attack and calling for an emergency meeting. Mizoram is facing a tough time after a fierce hailstorm and heavy rain tore through the state, leaving behind a trail of destruction. More than 450 homes took a hit, especially in districts like Aizawl, Kolasib, Champai and Khaujol. Kolasib near Assam got hit the worst, with about 265 homes wrecked and over 13,900 people affected. Buildings including an Anganwadi center were not spared. It was tough in towns like Kolasib and Tingdol, where the storm caused a lot of damage. In Aizawl, 178 homes were damaged and there were reports of injuries. Only lady from Falcon village had to be hospitalized at Zoram Medical College and Hospital. The Nagaland Board of School Education has announced that it will unveil the results of the NBSE Class 10 examinations on April 26, 2024. Students who appeared for the board exam will have the opportunity to access their results via the online platform. The results will be made available on the official website of the Nagaland Board of School Education. Upon release, students can navigate to the website and locate a link to download their NBSE HSLC results. The process of obtaining the mark sheets will involve logging into the result portal using the requisite login credentials, which typically include the student's roll number and date of birth. In a targeted operation, the Directorate of Revenue Intelligence intercepted a significant smuggling operation at Mumbai International Airport. The haul included 9.67 kg of gold, 18.48 kg of silver, Indian currency totaling rupees 1.92 crore and USD 1,90,000, amounting to a total worth of rupees 10.48 crore. 4 individuals, including carriers, a recruiter and a malta, confessed to their involvement in the illicit gold smuggling scheme. They were promptly arrested under the Customs Act of 1962 and are now in judicial custody awaiting further legal proceedings. BJP workers took to the streets in protest against the Congress Party's manifesto, gathering at Delhi's Akbar Road to voice their dissent. Among the protesters was Delhi BJP President Virendra Sachdeva. who joined the demonstration against what the BJP perceives as contentious policies proposed by the Congress. The protest comes amidst heightened political tension as parties gear up for the upcoming elections. BJP workers expressed their objections to various aspects of the Congress manifesto, highlighting key issues of this agreement. A Russian court today ordered one of Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu's deputies to be kept in custody on suspicion of taking bribes, the highest profile corruption case since President Vladimir Putin sent troops into Ukraine in 2022. Deputy Defense Minister Timur Ivanov was detained on Tuesday at work by the Federal Security Service, the main successor to the Soviet-era KGB, for accepting large bribes. Moscow's Basmany District Court ordered Ivanov to be kept in custody until June 23rd. Ivanov, 48, dressed in his uniform, was shown standing in the glass cage in court, frowning slightly, footage released by the court service showed. A sweeping foreign aid package easily passed the US Congress after months of delay, clearing the way for billions of dollars in fresh Ukraine funding amid advances from Russia's invasion force and Kyiv's shortages of military supplies. The Senate approved by 79 to 18 four bills passed by the House of Representatives on Saturday. After House Republican leaders abruptly switched course last week and allowed a vote on the $95 billion in mostly military aid for Ukraine, Israel, Taiwan, and US partners in the Indo-Pacific. Thank you. For more updates, keep watching Such the Reality.